Hi students, welcome back to second PUC business study class. As in previous video lecture, I was discussed about the techniques of managerial control. There are mainly two categories of managerial controlling techniques. One is traditional controlling technique, then second is modern or advanced controlling techniques. Already in previous video I have covered about first form of traditional controlling technique, that is personal observation. So just I will revise that. In personal observation technique, the manager or the immediate superior is personally observe and overview and continuously monitor the performance and progress of an worker or employee, where this type of technique which creates a psychological pressure on the employee to perform the given job effectively and efficiently. So therefore, with the help of personal observation, we can continuously monitor and guide the employees and workers in their performance improvement, where it is a time consuming process also. That is the first technique of traditional control. Then second is statistical reports. The second form of traditional controlling technique is statistical report. So here statistical information regarding performance of employees is to be presented in the form of graph, chart, tables and in some other forms, which enables a manager to make the comparison of progress and performance very easier. Say for example, the performance of the employees can be represented in chart or either in the form of graph or either in the form of table. So by creating these forms of techniques or these form of graph, chart, tables, we are going to record the performance of each and every individual employee, either the department or the entire organizational performance is to be recorded and presented in a pictorial form, which is very suitable based on the number of employees. By presenting all the information in a tabular column or either in bar diagram, histogram, pie chart or line diagram, so where by looking into the picture we can easily identify that the progress of the work which is done by the individual employees as well as the departmental performance. Say for example, by looking into this diagram, we can observe that year and sales. The volume of sales can be represented in this diagram. So by observing this, there is an increase when it compared to previous one. So and there is also slight decrease when it compared to the previous year. So like by seeing this diagram, we can easily identify and find out the deviation. Based on that, the manager can able to take the precautionary measures to resolve the problems which has been arised in the course of organizational life. So therefore, statistical report which indicates the progress and the performance of the employee, department and entire organization is to be recorded and represented in a chart, graph, table that enables the managers at a different level, they can able to make the comparison very easier. So the comparison can be made with one to another employee, or from one department to another department, or the entire organizational performance compared with the previous year also. So this is about the second traditional controlling technique, that is statistical reports. Then third comes, that is break-even analysis. Break-even analysis. So where it is the level of operation where total revenue or the total sales are equal to total cost is called break-even point. So where it is very helpful to determine the number of units to be manufactured to get a point at which there is no profit and no loss. This method is to be used to analyze the production volume and to determine the minimum sales volume to get a point at which no profit and no loss. So like at this point, sales volume, that is the firm makes no profit, no loss, because it is very important to identify the level of production that is to be undertaken to get or to confirm at which point of production we can able to get there is a no profit and no loss point. So that is why it can be used in an economic sense that total revenue or sales are equal to total cost is called as break-even point. So break-even point is a point at which the firm makes no profit and no loss. Hope you all aware about this, and it can be represented in a diagram or graph, that is OX axis which indicates output, at OY axis sales or cost is to be recorded. So here this line indicates fixed cost and this area indicates this line indicates sales volume and this line indicates variable cost. So where when you included fixed cost and variable cost, it comes to total cost. That is almost total cost is equals to fixed cost plus variable cost. So first we need to calculate or we need to identify fixed cost area and variable cost area, and when you draw the sales volume curve, so the point will intersect, that point is called break even point. So like in this example, the minimum output is 500 and the point joins at a volume of 6000 unit of output or 6000 unit of sales or cost. This type of presentation is to be made by making certain estimations. By making the estimations, we are going to prepare a graph. By preparing the graph, we are going to find out a point that is called break even point, at which there is no profit and no loss. By using this technique also, we can able to identify and determine the number of units to be manufactured and the number of sales to be made to get a point, so where the firm incurs no profit and no loss level. So if you cross or if you undertaken the production more than of this point, you will get the profit. If you made a sales and production within this point, means you will going to face or incur loss. So that is why it is a very important technique of controlling, specially used in the managerial process also and production process also. This is about the third managerial technique which comes under traditional technique, that is break even analysis. Then fourth technique of managerial control is budgetary control. So already you are familiar with the word budget. So what is budget? Where you learned about the meaning of budget? So once do revise where you learned. You learned in the chapter planning under the heading of types of plans. So budget means it is a quantitative statement for a definite future period of time for the purpose of obtaining a given objective. So where the budget, it is a statement which is expressed in terms of numbers or numerical terms for a definite future period of time for the purpose of obtaining a given objective. That is called a budget. Based on this budget, so the manager is going to evaluate the budgeted standard with the actual performance. The next is meaning of budgetary control. Now you got the meaning of budget. What is budgetary control? So here, controlling the activities of an organization and department and individual and measuring the performance against with the budgeted standard is simply known as budgetary control. That is comparing the actual performance with the budgeted standards, identifying the deviation and taking corrective actions. That is called a budgetary control in general words. But in specific sense, budgetary control means it is a technique of control in which all the operations which are necessary to be performed or executed in such a manner as to perform from budget and actual result are compared with budgeted standards. This is called a budgetary control. So what it means? Budgetary control means it is a technique of control in which all operations which are necessary to be performed. So this is very important. All operations which are necessary to be performed, those necessary activities are to be executed, means implemented in such a manner as to perform from the budget and actual result are compared with the budgetary standards. That is called budgetary control. So when you look into the meaning of budgetary control, so you can identify that the actual work of the organization are to be performed as per the definite terms and conditions mentioned in the budget. According to that budget, all the activities are to be performed, and after completion of a particular period, we are going to compare the actual performance against the budgeted standards. That is called budgetary control. That is why in simple way I told you that budgetary control means comparing the actual performance against the budgetary standards, identifying the deviations and taking corrective actions. It ensures that the operations of the organization are being performing as per the budgeted standards or not. That is the main intention of budgetary control. So this is about the meaning of budget and meaning of budgetary control. The next is advantages of budgetary control. So why budgetary control technique that can be used as one of the traditional controlling technique? What are the benefits or uses that an organization as well as employee can get with the help of budgetary controlling technique? There are mainly 5 advantages of budgetary control. Let us discuss what are those 5 advantages. The first advantage is it helps in attainment of organizational objectives. Here attainment is nothing but a achievement of organizational objectives. Already you know objectives means these are the desired end of the organization where it want to be in future period of time. That is called the objectives. So here with the help of budget we can able to set the standard. By determining the standard, the employees and the departments and all the level of executives, they are aware about what is to be performed, for which purpose the work are to be performed. So where with the help of preparing a budget, we are going to fix the standard. According to that standard, every employee is going to work and achieve individual target, means it very easy to realize the organizational objectives. Therefore, by determining the standards and by determining individual standard to the employees, we are getting the work and we are achieving the organizational objectives. That is why it helps in attainment of organizational goals in very easy manner. Then second is, it is a source of motivation to the employees. So how the budget act as a source of motivation? What is the interrelativity between motivation and budget? So how it can be treated as a source of motivation? Let I tell you that. So with the help of budget, the employee know his standard or target. By preparing a budget, the manager is going to set individual target. So if the target is achieved, means they are going to get the higher remuneration, or as per the work done, they are going to get the remuneration in the form of salary or either in the form of wages. Means the employee know the standard of performance. If he or she not met the target, their salary will be reduced. If they met the target, means they are going to get the standard salary or remuneration. So if the employee has met the target and he performed over the standard, means they are going to get higher remuneration. Like they are going to get the bonus, they are going to get the incentives, like that. So the employee is in a view that so he need to get the incentive and get the bonus. For that they are going to work more and more, where it act as a source of motivation. If I performed very well, if I performed over than the target, means I will get additional benefit. Means it is very helpful to me, it is very advantage to me. I will going to put more effort and I will going to perform over the target and get all the additional benefits. So like by this we can able to motivate the employees also. That is the second advantage. Then third comes, it helps in optimum utilization of resources. The budget is to be prepared to entire department based on their work nature. The production budget is to be prepared, sales budget is to be prepared, cash budget is also to be prepared. So because of to utilize all the available materials like men, money and also materials. The different departmental managers, they are going to prepare a budget based on the main budget prepared by the top level managers, and which ensures about proper utilization of available resources like men, money, material and all the resources in organization. So therefore with the help of budgetary standards, they are going to purchase the raw materials, they are going to appoint the required number of employees, they are going to make arrangement of required amount of finance. By that they use the resources in a proper way that there is no wastage of resources. That is why it also help in optimum or proper use of available resources. Then fourth advantage is, it is also used for achieving coordination among departments. So as you know, coordination means it is a process of synchronizing, unifying, combining the efforts of entire department and make sure about the goals are achieved in a coordinated efforts. For example, the company made a plan to prepare or to make sales of 20 lakh units. So this is a standard budget which is developed and determined by the management. Means it acts as a sales budget. It acts as a sales budget. To achieve this objective or to achieve this budget, the subordinated or other budgets are to be prepared departmental wise. Say for example, purchase budget. So the purchase departmental manager prepares this budget to know how many number of or how much quantity of raw materials to be purchased, and the financial manager is going to prepare a cash budget that to estimate the cost involved or the amount that is to be required to achieve sales, and the production manager is going to prepare the cost budget. Means to manufacture 20 lakh units of product means how much of the cost that is to be incurred. So where all these department combinedly works means they can realize the target. Therefore, the budget is also helpful in achieving the coordinated efforts among the department. With the help of budgetary control, we can ensure the coordination. Then last is, it facilitates in management by exception. So the budgetary control technique which makes the technique of management by exception makes very easier. Already you know about MBE. So in which where so very little difference or deviations are to be eliminated or not much focused. A much focus when there is a deviation is more, and so the reason is very cautious. Those types of mistakes or deviations are to be focused. So therefore, with the help of budgetary control, we can able to get all these 5 benefits or advantages. This is about the advantages of budgetary control. The next concept in budgetary control is types of budget which are to be prepared by different departments in an organization. So there are mainly 6 types of budget that are to be prepared by different managers in an organization. So the one is sales budget, second is production budget, then third is material budget, fourth is cash budget, fifth is capital budget, and the sixth is research and development budget. So these are all the types of budget which are to be prepared by different departmental managers.